Hi guys, I'm Missy, and if you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. This is another installment in my palette declutter series. These are going to be my 15 pan and above. I got 3 totes here first, 3 baskets that I'm going to go through, and then if I have the time, I'm going to pull the rest out so I can try to finish up this declutter series. But we shall see. If not, there may be another part after this one. Alright, let's get started. So let's start with this bucket here. And I'm just going to set it to the side. So first up we have my ColourPop Rudolph palette. This is mainly neutral. This was a holiday collection 2 or 3 years ago. I do have looks up on my channel with it. Super cute packaging. But as you can see, it's mostly neutral with kind of a pop of red and some green. But I do like it, so I am going to keep it. Next, we have another ColourPop collab palette. This is their Malibu Barbie palette. I do have the Barbie palette from Glamlite, and I do like it better than I like this one, but I do like this one as well. So I am going to keep it. Super pretty. Okay. Next we have another ColourPop collab, and this is a Hocus Pocus collab. This is the 3rd palette they did with Hocus Pocus, and love the packaging on this one. This is the Gather Round Sisters. I think this is the 3rd one. This might be the 1st one, I can't remember. But this is my favorite color story of the Hocus Pocus ones. These kind of like deep tones in here. Super pretty. So I am keeping this one. Okay. Then we have another Hocus Pocus. This is the Hocus Pocus 2 All Hallows Eve. I think this was the 3rd one. The one I showed you was the 1st one. And the Witching Hour was the 2nd one. It's hard to keep up sometimes, but the package on this one is very like cartoony Hocus Pocus. But I hate this like reflective background, makes it hard to show, but I do like the colors on this one as well, so I am going to keep it. Alright. Sticking with ColourPop, we have another one of theirs, which is a collab. This is with the Muppets. This, I think, was their last holiday collection. This is Holidays, Holidays, Holidays. I grew up with the Muppets, so I love the Muppets. And I do like this palette. It's a little bigger than I tend to go for, but I do enjoy this palette. So I am going to keep it. Okay. Alright, then let's see here. We have this palette. This is the Who palette from Kai, C-A-I. This was given to me by a family member, and it's an all matte palette. I appreciate the thought, but I don't really reach for all matte palettes, especially one that is colorful like this. I prefer shimmers especially in a color palette, and I haven't touched this. This is still brand new, so I am going to declutter it. have this palette. I got this in a AIA Beauty Bundle box, I believe. This is the brand Rachel Couture. This just looks kind of dusty to me. It may not be, but it's just not something that's speaking to me. And it's still brand new, untouched, so I am going to declutter it. Now we're going to get into some BH Cosmetics. A lot of these are the travel palettes. This is the Party in Puerto Rico. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to keep all of these, but I'll show them to you. Super pretty fall toned. Keeping. We have the Lost in Los Angeles. Keeping. The Love in London. And these are all BH Cosmetics before they were bought out by Makeup Revolution. We have Hanging in Hawaii. That is that one. That's very neutral. We have Chillin' in Chicago. I do think this one was re-released with a different name, or this is the re-release with the different name. Not completely sure. There's that one. Again, I'm keeping all of these. This is Beautiful in Barcelona. Keeping. And we have Trending in Tokyo. Very colorful palette. Keeping. We have Smitten in Switzerland. Keeping. We have Summer in Saint-Tropez. Keeping. We have Passion in Paris. Keeping. A lot of these are untouched because I got them way after the fact. So these may get revisited later on if I've used them and I don't like the quality, but we shall see. That's one reason I am working on this declutter, because I am putting these in my phone for a new series I want to do that allows me to start using what's in my collection. We'll see how those videos do, because older palettes and things like that tend to not do well view-wise on YouTube, but it's going to help me kind of dwindle down my collection some more and use what I have. Alright, so these next three are still BH Cosmetics, but they are like food themed. This is the Mimosa palette. Super pretty pinks and peaches. Keeping. Then we have the Blueberry Muffin palette. That's what that one looks like. Again, hate reflective packaging, makes it harder to show on camera, but super pretty. And then we have the Avocado palette. You gotta keep that one. Alright, let me put these back in the container and we'll move on to my next basket. Alright, so let's move on to these. We have Lunar Beauty's Life's a Drag Facelift. I do have the original Life's a Drag as well. I don't think I've went through that one yet. So that should be next. But I do enjoy this one. And I am going to keep it. This is what it looks like. And we have some Odin's Eye. We have the Solomana 2 palette. I got this in their most recent, or not most recent, but the mystery box they did before the most recent one, which I do have the new mystery boxes and I will do an unboxing of those. This is what it looks like. I want to try this out, see if I like it, so I'm going to keep it. I also got this one from Odin's Eye. This is the Alva palette. This one looks like this. I'm going to put this in the maybe pile for right now. Alright, then we have this one. This is the Christmas Eve palette. Love this palette. This was their holiday collection, not last year, but the year before. Super pretty tones in here. Love this palette. Keeping. Then we have the Hey Reindeer palette. This was last year's, part of last year's holiday collection. That's what this one looks like. I did a look with these two shades here and this matte here. It was super pretty. I haven't really used much else in it. It's just doesn't speak to me as much as the other ones, but I am going to keep it and try to use it more. Alright, then we have the Merry Christmas palette from Odin's Eye. And this one just like screams Christmas, especially with this red and this green. Super pretty. You also have some neutral-esque looks as well. So I'm going to keep this one. Alright, and then we have the Snow Dream palette. I also did a look with this one. It's in the same video as the Hey Reindeer because I did one look on one eye and one look on the other eye. I believe it was a short. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I think it was the Christmas Eve palette I did. I haven't used this one yet. I do want to try it though. This one's a lot more muted in colors to me. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. Alright, staying with Odin's Eye. These are some of my favorites. This is the original Hella palette, which is with the collab with Angelica Nyqvist here on YouTube. Love her content. Love the looks she creates. Super pretty. I got this one later when they were almost discontinuing it. I will say, I guess they brought it back to put in some of the mystery boxes. So if you're wanting this, you may have a chance to get it if you get the mystery boxes. Unsure if they're still available at this time though, or if they're sold out. Alright, and then her second collab with them were these next two palettes. We have the Trick or Treat palette, and these were her take on Halloween, since she was able to be here in the United States for Halloween for the first time when she had done these. This one is very fall. You got your greens for Halloween in there. So keeping. And then this is the Little Ghost palette. Not sure if I told you the name of the other one. It was Trick or Treat palette if I didn't. But this is the Little Ghost palette. This one is a little more unique. If I remember correctly, I think, don't quote me on this, but I feel like she said she was channeling like candy and things like this for this one. I may be wrong, but this was her take. I am going to keep. Okay. Then we have this one. This is from Revolution Beauty or Makeup Revolution. This is their Beetlejuice palette. I do already own a Hot Topic Beetlejuice palette, and I do own the Melt Cosmetics Beetlejuice palette. They are okay in their qualities. I haven't used this one yet to really give you my opinion on this one. I do think, however, I'm going to put this in the maybe pile for now. Okay, and then we have some Tarte palettes. This is the Tarte Man-Eater palette. I normally don't buy large Tarte palettes. I usually stick to their holiday palettes. But this one and then the other one got like really good reviews. So I do want to keep this one. It's very fall colors. And then we have this one. This is, oh, I'm sorry, they're both Tarte Man-Eater. This one is After Dark with the black cover. And then this one is Nightfall. I always forget Tarte likes to recycle the names of their stuff. So that is this one. I'm going to keep this one as well. Alright, then we have some more Tarte. These were a holiday collection, but they were bigger. I will say I'm not a fan of when they do them this big. I like the 6-pan ones or the 9-pan. But there is this one. This color story is not exactly speaking to me. I'm going to put it in the maybe pile for now. That one was Glamour. This one is Gilded. Gilded is a little more my color scheme with these like burgundy pinky tones and then some like golden neutrals and stuff. I'm going to keep this one. Alright. Put those back in. We'll move into the third bucket. Alright, so the third bucket, we have kind of a mix here. I think it's mostly Gourmand Girls. So we have this one. This is Warriors Wear Pink. I got this in an Ice Cream Beauty bag, I believe it was. Really pretty. This was a collab. I forget with who. Syria Soto. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. So I'm going to keep this one. Gourmand Girls does have one of my favorite formulas. So we have this one. This is a Makeup Revolution or Revolution. No, sorry. This is I Heart Revolution. This is Sleeping Beauty. And if you don't know, Aurora is my favorite Disney princess and Sleeping Beauty is my favorite cartoon. However, I do have the Besame Sleeping Beauty palette, and I do like it better. This one is just more, I mean, these color stories just don't scream Sleeping Beauty to me. And it's a face and an eyeshadow palette. I don't mind that, but it's just, again, it's Makeup Revolution, and Makeup Revolution just doesn't call out to me. I always end up decluttering their stuff. So that being said, I'm going to declutter this one too. Alright, we have another Gourmand Girls. This one is a collab with Debutante, Adventures of Xenia, Xenia, I'm sorry, it's Xinia, and The Brutally Honest Beauty. I know who Debutante is. The other two, I'm unsure. So this is, that's That Time of Year palette. Super cute packaging with the snow globe and the snowy Christmas trees. This is what it looks like. I have used it. I do like the quality. It's not as good as some of Gourmand Girls' quality. I think this is like one of their earlier ones from my understanding, but I'm not 100% sure. But I do like it enough to keep it, so I am going to keep it. Alright. Then we have, sticking with Gourmand Girls, and this is a collab with Doodles by the Bunny. Love Doodles by the Bunny and her creations. This is the Nightshade palette. Super pretty. You guys know I love a good purple, and there's lots of purple in this, so I am going to keep it. We have another collab with Doodles by the Bunny and Gourmand Girls. This is the Spooked palette. Love the quality of this as well. Keeping. And we have another collab with Doodles by the Bunny and Gourmand Girls. This is the Haunted palette. So this one is kind of similar to the Nightfall palette in some of the tones in here. But I do think they would be nice companion palettes, so I am going to keep it. Then we have this one with Doodles by the Bunny and Gourmand Girls. This is Silent Night. I wore this, a very pretty blue look, to go look at Christmas lights with my husband and my sister, and loved how the look turned out. This is not your typical Christmassy palette, so I do find it interesting and kind of unique, so I am going to keep it. So we have a Nomad Cosmetics Hudson Valley palette. I got this one way after it was released. Super pretty. Love the packaging. And this just screams fall. Love it. So I am going to keep it. We have Bella Beauté Bar. This is their recently de-influenced. I thought the packaging on this was hilarious. And this is what it looks like. Super pretty. Keeping. Then we have another Bella Beauté Bar. This is Strange and Unusual. Again, another Beetlejuice vibes with this one. More Lydia with Beetlejuice. And I am going to keep this one. And we have another Bella Beauté bar. This is Basic Witch. Really love the font on this. I think it's super pretty. It doesn't really show off too much on camera how like shifty and sparkly the packaging is, but this color story is so pretty. Keeping. We have a Simply Posh Cosmetics. It's the only one I have bought from the brand so far. I need to use this. I haven't used it yet. I bought it with the intention of doing a video, and then things happened with my back and I just never got to it. But this is the Aurora Lights palette. This is the inside. So pretty. I did want their like Cozy Cabin palette, but they sold out before I could get it. Keeping, we have another BH Cosmetics. This is Take Me Back to Brazil. I found this at TJ Maxx. I'm gonna put this in the maybe pile for now. Then we have another Gourmand Girls. This is the Spectra palette. This one kind of came, I think I got like a bundle deal or something. That's why I got this one. I'll be honest, this is not a color story that really speaks to me. I'm gonna put it in the maybe pile. Alright, and then last in this bucket we have my one and only Huda Beauty. This is the Naughty palette. I signed up for a online makeup course to teach me makeup artistry, like everyday makeup artistry. And this was like a free gift for signing up. And I do like it. I love the quality of it. Packaging feels luxe. This is what it looks like. Very pretty. This is a little weird of a shadow, but I'm gonna keep it. Alright, let me gather all this back up and move some things around, and I will try to pull the rest of the palettes over here so I can go through them. Be right back. Alright, let's get back to it. So, let's start with this basket here first. So we have the first Michaela X Glamlite palette. Super pretty packaging with this like glitter, confetti type stuff. Normally I don't like palettes quite this size. I've started to use more and more. I do think the color stories in here is pretty. I do have a little bit of problem with the mattes, kind of trying to blend them out with this. It's still a bit of a learning curve for me, but I do like it, so I am going to keep it. Alright, and then we have the second collab with Michaela. This is the Pot 2 palette. And this is green. It's green with some gold glitter flaky thingies. I do like the color story of this one better than the first one. And I do like the quality of this one a little better. So I am going to keep this one as well. Alright, and then we have my Glamlite Barbie palette. This is Dream Summer. I did use this in a video on my channel here. And I will say, out of the two Barbie palettes, the ColourPop in this one, this is my favorite. Love the shimmers in here, love the mattes in here. Gorgeous color story. Keeping. Okay. And then here is the Sleeping Beauty palette I have from Besame. Yes, it is a bit bulky, but I do like it because this is the way the book looks at the beginning of the cartoon. So I love that. And then there's like a description in here of the actual colors matching in the palette to matching Aurora's, not only Aurora's look, but also Maleficent. Maleficent is my favorite villain. Ursula is my second, but Maleficent is my first. I did do a villains themed birthday party a couple years ago, and I dressed as Maleficent. And this is the inside. I did use this palette for that look as well. As you can see, I kind of really dug in the purple down there in the corner for the look. But yeah, I'm gonna keep this. I do wish I had this stand for it to just kind of display it, but I'm not paying what people want for it on Poshmark or Mercari, since it's literally just cardboard. But I am gonna keep this. Alright, next we have Blend Bunny. This is the Surge palette. I think this one is discontinued, because I think all the Blend Bunny ones I have I got because they were being discontinued, and I got them on sale. I might be wrong, one of these might not be, but I haven't tried them yet because I just got them like not that long ago. But I hear wonderful things about Blend Bunny from a lot of creators on here and on TikTok. But let's just open it up, take a look at it. Again, bigger palettes, not really my favorite, but I do really want to try this out. Super pretty. Keeping. Alright. I'm running out of room over here. My table's not huge, but it's also not small either. But alright, so then we have the Blend Bunny Primal palette. This one I know got discontinued. This is what the color story looks like. I do like the fact that it has a white and a black for like lightening up shades, blending out, and deepening up shades. I do like that. So I'm going to keep it. Also have the Sugar and Grunge, which she had to discontinue this one because there was another brand apparently contacting her and saying that she couldn't use the word grunge. I guess they trademarked it or something. I'm not exactly sure the whole story. If you want to know, go to her Instagram and you can see what she posted. So rather than deal with like the whole legal fees of it and everything, she just discontinued this one for now, but I think she might bring it back. She mentioned she might bring it back in a different way. But that is what the color story looks like with it. Alright, let me put these back over here for the moment. Try to free up some space. I can do this real quickly. Okay, do a little switching around. Okay, so next we have another BH Cosmetics, and this is a big palette. This is the Zodiac palette. I've heard wonderful things about this palette. Again, it's one that I got way later. I think I bought this one off of Poshmark. But I'm going to put it in the maybe pile for now because I just haven't reached for it. And we have this one. This is BH Cosmetics Miss Claus, the Lit List. I do reach for this one every Christmas because it just has such a wide range of colors for Christmas in here. You could do a neutral look, you could do a pink look. Oh my goodness, it's just Wednesday. You could do a green look. I mean, just so many options here. So I do keep it because even though it's pretty big size, it is very good quality. There is a pressed glitter right here. I think that's the only pressed glitter. I think the rest are just shimmers. But I have used the pressed glitter, which is unusual for me because normally I'm not someone who does that. I normally hate pressed glitters, but I do really enjoy this palette. And it's still performing nicely, so I'm going to keep it. Okay. Alright, then we have a ColourPop Play It Jewel palette. I got this in a ColourPop mystery box. I tend to not buy these bigger ColourPop palettes. However, they just had a sale on them and I did pick up quite a few. Well, maybe not quite a few. I think I picked up 4. But I did already have this one that I got in the mystery box, because they were doing buy one, get one 50% off with these. I'm going to keep it, because I do want to try it out, because I've heard good things about the quality of the bigger palettes. Unsure about the quality of this one, because I haven't heard about this one too much. But I am going to keep it. Then we have It's a Mood. And again, this is another one I got in a ColourPop mystery box. And this is what this one looks like. I've heard a lot of people like this one. Not as much as I hear about the Bare Necessities and the Cold Stone Fox ones, but I do hear a lot of people talk about this one too. So I'm going to keep it. Then I got this next palette in a in a, oh my goodness, my brain is not working right now. It's in a subscription box, the only one, Ice Cream Beauty. Oh my goodness. I got this in an Ice Cream Beauty bag. I believe this was the bag, not the box. This is 90s Glam. I mean, packaging got me super excited. This is Bella Beauté Bar. But again, it's another one of those face and eye palettes, and I don't like this. I just think the color story is ugly. It just doesn't give 90s vibes to me. And I was a teen in the 90s. Like maybe these like cool tone neutrals and browns, but all these pops of colors, not so much. And it just looks like it might be dusty to me. I mean, I'm going to be honest, this looks like something I could just go pick up at Five Below. And Five Below does sell Bella Beauté Bar. Even though some of this Bella Beauté Bar stuff is like priced ridiculous on their website and stuff. Like the value. I'm going to declutter that one. I have this Wet n Wild Saved by the Bell palette. I do wish someone else would do this collab and do it a little bit better, because this is just okay quality. And I mean, I like the fact that it's like supposed to be like a locker door. That's kind of neat. But I will tell you, and I'll show you with my next palette from them, this little front here, this is just a sticker placed on top and like smoothed across. I found that out the hard way. But I am going to keep it because it is the only Saved by the Bell collab I have. If someone else comes out with a better collection and better quality though, this one will get decluttered. Alright. Now, this is what I was talking about. This is the Wet n Wild Care Bear collab. I do like the colors in here, but I have had to press mine back down because when mine got delivered, the oil, let me see if I can grab it right here. Well, maybe not. I don't know but the little brightening oil that came with the collection, it leaked, and when it leaked all onto the top of my palette, and it bubbled up and made this peel off. I don't want to peel it off anymore because it took me forever to kind of like line it up and try to get it back on. But see the bubbles that are in it? That annoys me. I know it's just a trivial thing, but it really annoys me. But I do like the quality and the color story of this one better than the Saved by the Bell one. I do have the Violet Voss Care Bears collab, but I do like this palette, the colors in it, better. So I am going to keep it. Okay, so then next we have a Beauty Creations palette. This is the Winter Spice palette. This was their, I don't think it was last year, might have been last year or the year before. This was their holiday release. And I like this palette. I think this palette is really pretty. It is very neutral heavy, but you do have your olivey type greens, and then you do have your like burgundy reds. This is a more, in my opinion, a more subdued, neutral-esque holiday palette if you're not someone who likes the pop of red and pop of blue, like bright red, bright blue. If you don't like the bright red or the bright greens, this would be more up your alley. Super pretty. Love the performance and the formula in this, though. I actually really like the whole collection because it came with a blush palette, a lip liner, and a lipstick, and I use those all the time. I am keeping that one. Alright, next we have this palette. This is a Hot Topic palette with Soraya Jade, otherwise known as Paige from the WWE. And this is a two-sided palette. This is the kind of freaky side. As you can see, very cheaply made. I've had to glue it more than once. I've used this a couple times, and when I first bought it, I did like it, but I didn't have much experience with formulas at the time. And as times went on, this one has just become a little too dusty for me compared to other things in my collection. Then the other side is called the Little Geeky side. This is what it looks like. It's just your more basic colors. I do like the vampire teeth aesthetic. I thought that was pretty neat. And I love the liquid lips that came in this collection as well, although those have lasted longer than the ones that I had bought later from Soraya Jade's brand herself, which is no longer existing. I've had to throw all those out, but the Hot Topic ones are still going pretty good, but I just recently decluttered those because I just have so many lip products, and they're pretty old at this point. But I am going to declutter this one because I'm just not reaching for it anymore because it's just not the quality that I look for now. Alright, now let's see here. Let me move these. Okay, so we have some Glamlite. I think most of this is Glamlite. So we have the Glamlite Chucky collection. Definitely keeping. I did have to order me a new blush from this collection because when I ordered the collection, when it came out, my blush arrived damaged, one half of it. And I know it was supposed to be the same color, but I was annoyed that I contacted the brand and was never contacted back whatsoever, not acknowledged at all. And I repressed it, but then I ended up giving it to my sister because I did buy the new one when they were re-released, the blush with the two colors in it. Luckily that didn't arrive damaged, but I read on their website that I guess they're not responsible if something comes damaged. I'm not too happy about that. I don't like brands that do that. But this is a nice deep grungy palette, and I am going to keep, because I do like the majority of Glamlite's formula. Sometimes they're hit or miss. Then I have the Friday the 13th palette. I'll be honest, I've never really watched this movie. I've watched Chucky, but I've never watched Friday the 13th. Oh my goodness, can't get it open. There we go. Alright, so, I mean, it's supposed to look like a VHS, a whole like VHS tape thing. I will say, villain-wise, my favorite is Freddy. Well, Ghostface, then Freddy. So that's that one. Keeping. Alright, then we have their Glamlite Strawberry Shortcake collection. You guys know me. I grew up with strawberry shortcake. Love this collection. I think it's super cute. Glad that she went with the old school strawberry shortcake from around my time and not the newer one. No offense, I just don't like the newer one. This is my strawberry shortcake. I really, really want someone to do a Rainbow Bright collection, and I do think Glamlite would do it justice. So I'm holding out for that. I really, really, really hope they would. I know that Rainbow Bright has just come up on her 40th anniversary, so we're starting to get some things of hers, which I just recently got some Loungefly bags of hers. And I know it's kind of funny because Hallmark actually owns Rainbow Bright, and American Greetings owns Strawberry Shortcake. So they're kind of like a rival, but I do like both of them. Rainbow Bright is my favorite, but Strawberry Shortcake is my second. But anyways, a long-winded explanation. I am going to keep this palette because I love it. Even if it was a horrible color story, which it is not. It is a beautiful color story, beautiful quality. I am keeping, especially for the nostalgia. That gets me a lot of the time. Alright. Then we have the Frosted Flakes Glamlite. Super cute. Keeping. Love the highlighter that came out with this collection. It's a little cereal bowl. I thought that was very inventive, very unique. Then we have the Ghostface palette. A lot of people don't realize that Ghostface and Scream are actually two separate trademarks. So this is the Ghostface trademark. That's what it looks like. It's your nice cool toned grays, brown, like light browns. Keeping, I guess I should say taupey browns. Alright. Next we have some more Glamlite. This is the Margarita palette. Keeping. We have the Wine palette. Super pretty purples. Keeping. We have the Chocolate Margarita palette. Keeping. These are some more that I went looking for at my Ross's and TJ Maxx. We have the Dirty Martini. Keeping. Alright, now we have a NYX palette. I got this, I feel like I got this like as an extra with an Ipsy add-on or something. And I have had it for a while now and I have just not opened it. I was going to do a full face of NYX as part of my affordable brands. I don't know if I'm going to still do that. I might, because NYX is a bit pricey, although a lot of drugstore brands are becoming a lot pricier than they used to be. But I think I'm going to declutter this one, and if I do the video down the line, I think I'll just get something else, because this is just not speaking to me. So I'm going to declutter this one. Alright, then we have this one. This is Lotus Love from Bella Cosmetics. I got this from an Ice Cream Beauty. No, this was a Slay Glam box, I believe it was. And I have used this. I've used it twice now, and I do really like the quality of this. I've never used Bella brand before. I do think I can get it on Beauty Creations though, because I feel like I've seen it on there. At least that brand. But yeah, I'm going to keep this one. I'm going to play with it some more. Alright, let me gather these, and then I have a couple huge palettes left, and we'll go through those real quick, and I'll be right back. Alright, I have my bigger palettes here. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to show these. I will try my best because they're just so big. We have the Glamlite Cake palette. Super cute. I do want to keep it in its packaging because I love this packaging. I've just kind of designated a special drawer for these bulky packaging. But yeah, I'm going to keep this one. Okay. Then I have the Paint Pro palette from Glamlite. I got a lot of these when she was doing palette sales. But yeah, these have like unique packaging that's a little hard to store. See, this is, I mean, I get it, it's a paint palette. You know, it literally looks like a paint palette. And you actually get a little brush here that looks like a little paintbrush to use with it. I am keeping. We'll see if these get way too cumbersome for me to try to store and if I get angry at them. Oh, hate that sound. We'll see if they get too cumbersome and I get angry at trying to store them. We have this one. This is the, I believe it's called the Ice Cream palette. You know, I'm not sure. Yes, Ice Cream Dream. This is what it looks like. Super cute packaging. It's got sprinkles in the ice cream cone. This was back when Glamlite was more of a foodie based theming. Now they're just kind of like collab brand so far. Very colorful. I think this is super pretty. I've heard good things about this palette, so I am going to keep it, try it out. Alright, again, super cute packaging with the ice cream truck and everything. I do wish I had more room in my room, my beauty room, to just display these things kind of as they are. And then I have the bigger paint palette as well. And that is what it looks like. I'm going to keep it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whew, that was almost a disaster. Alright, let me set these down here because I'm nervous about them now. Alright, and then lastly I have this palette that my family member got for me. This is from a brand called Pro Luxe. Love this cover. Super pretty. Again, I don't reach for huge packaging. I see why she got it for me. It's got every color you can think of. I've looked up online that the quality of this is pretty good. But I feel like I'm going to have these colors in all my Glamlite palettes and ColourPop and all that stuff. And this is just too cumbersome to store, and it doesn't have like a unique theming to it like the Glamlite palettes do. So I do think I'm going to declutter it. Yeah. Alright, let me gather up my totals and I'll be right back, and I'll let you guys know how much I kept and how much I decluttered. Again, I always say decluttering some is better than nothing, and it's not like I'm always trying to like completely clear out my collection. That's not really my goal. It's just kind of go through what I'm not using, what's not speaking to me, things like that. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me go through this maybe pile first, and then I'll come back with my totals. Alright. So we have the Zodiac palette. Okay. So we have the Spectra palette. I'm going to keep... We have the Take Me Back to Brazil. I'm going to keep... We have the Tarte Glamour. I'm going to keep... We have the Beetlejuice Revolution Beauty. I'm going to keep for now. And then we have the Alva from Odin's Eye. I'm going to keep for now. And the BH Cosmetics Zodiac. I'm going to keep for now. Alright, let me gather up my totals and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I'm back again. I forgot there was quite a few palettes that I worked on decluttering at the beginning before filming, and my mom has already took quite a few of them, and I sold some over on some online websites. I'm going to try and run through them as best I can. I'll try to put some pictures up of the ones that I decluttered as I'm going through. If I don't say them, they'll just be like pictures in case I can't read them or something right now. But after I do all that, then I'll come back with my actual totals. Alright, so we have the Ace Beauté Classical Paradise. I decluttered that one. I decluttered an Ace Beauté Slice of Paradise palette. I also decluttered the Ace Beauté Blossom Passion, I believe it is, palette. I decluttered the Dose of Colors Sassy Siennas palette. I decluttered a small Morphe eyeshadow palette. I'm unsure of which one it is. I'll try to find it for you guys and pop it up with the picture. I also decluttered a Dose of Colors Baked Browns palette. I decluttered 3 like old Flower Beauty quads. I decluttered the Dose of Colors Blushing Berries palette. I decluttered the Dose of Colors Snow Angels palette. I decluttered the Dose of Colors Pretty Cool palette. And I decluttered the Dose of Colors Marvelous Mauves palette. I also decluttered an Iconic London palette. It came in BoxyCharm, I believe it was. I don't know the name right now. I'll try to put it up with the picture. I decluttered the Morphe 350S palette. I decluttered an Ace Beauté Paradise Fallen palette. I decluttered some palettes from Storybook Cosmetics. Again, I'll try to put up with the pictures. of what they are. I decluttered 2 e.l.f. envelope style clutch palettes, the white one and the pink one. The white one is just eyes, lips, face, and the pink one is called Sugar Kiss. I decluttered the Juvia's Place Violet palette, I believe it is, and the Berries palette from Juvia's Place as well. I decluttered another Morphe eyeshadow palette. I'll try to find it and put it up. I decluttered the BoxyCharm Hello Charmer palette. I decluttered the Hocus Pocus inspired Wicked Sisters palette. I decluttered a Glamlite Caliente palette. I decluttered a Blockbuster Hot Topic palette. I also decluttered Animal Crossing quads, at least 3 of them. I decluttered the Makeup Revolution Catwoman palette. I also decluttered Lorella Vava Voom eyeshadow palette. I decluttered Suva Beauty's Artisan palette, along with Butter London's Natural, I think it's just Natural something palette. Again, I'll put pictures up best I can. I also decluttered a Hot Topic Skull Disney palette, as well as a Suva Beauty Protege palette. I decluttered the Kat Von D, it's Neon something, Neon for You or something like that. I also decluttered Physicians Formula Ultimate Moo Moo Butter Collection, the whole big thing. I decluttered a Smashbox palette, still with the palm trees on it. I decluttered a Beauty Treats Feeling Fruity. I decluttered a Trend Beauty Give Me More palette. I decluttered a Trend Beauty Glam Babe palette. I decluttered a Alamar Cosmetics Spanglish, I believe it is, palette. I decluttered a Beauty Creations Splash of Glitter palette. And I decluttered the big Makeup Revolution DC palette from the Batman collection. So let me tally all that up and I'll give you my totals. Alright, I'm back, and I'm back with my actual totals now. Hopefully I'll be able to get all those pictures up for you guys so you can actually see what palettes look like I decluttered. But I kept 83 and I decluttered 54. So I did pretty good on this one. If I lump all the videos together into one big video, then I will put my total of all of my full declutter for you guys so you can see how many I started with and how many I ended up with. Most likely I'll do that, but we'll see with time constraints and everything. I'm really happy with what I have decluttered. I definitely could do some more. I mean, it's kind of always the thing. And like I've told you guys in the previous videos, you know, I'm going to use some more of this stuff and we'll see how they fare in the next declutter. Alright, again, please like and subscribe down below. It really helps me out and I would appreciate it. Until next time, guys. Bye.